As a laptop enthusiast, I update my laptops pretty often, almost once a year. But most people keep their laptops or desktops even for like at least 5 years. So today we're going to take a look at how to turn an old laptop from a slow laptop into a fast laptop. And the main things that a laptop would need to do this is some memory and an SSD. Maybe not this SSD. This will probably work better for this laptop. So this laptop is from 2011 and it has an ultra low voltage i5, a mechanical hard drive, and only 2 gigs of RAM. Yet it's running a 64-bit version of Windows, which uses a lot of resources. And just to show you guys how slow it is, I'm going to open Chrome on here. Let's see how long it takes for Chrome to load. Still loading. I should probably get out a stopwatch for the next test. So, as you can see, it's still trying to load. And while we have the window up here, it actually hasn't loaded Chrome properly. And finally, Chrome is loaded. So for the next test, we're going to go ahead and we're going to see how long it takes the laptop to restart. And I'm going to speed this up so you guys have to suffer through this video. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it took about 2 minutes and 47 seconds for the laptop to do a restart. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and install this SSD and also install the RAM. And to do that, most laptops just need a Phillips screwdriver. So let's go ahead and open this up. Alright, so to be completely honest, I've actually never opened this before. But most laptops on the bottom have either a full panel that you have to remove, or like this laptop, there's compartments for things like memory and hard drive. So we're going to go ahead and remove these 2 screws to reveal this. Now, you should remove the battery first. However, on this laptop, these latches are kind of broken and I cannot remove the battery. So I'm just going to wing it like this. So let's see what's under the hood. So this laptop has one RAM slot open right here. So it already has 2 gigabytes of RAM. So we're going to insert 2 more gigabytes so that it has 4. You want to make sure the RAM you buy is the same speed as the one that's in there. If you don't, what will most likely happen is the RAM will run at the lower speed, so it's not too much of an issue, but just make sure you get the right style. Next, we have the hard drive right here. Alright, so this is the SSD, and the one good thing about the SSDs are they're significantly lighter than hard drives, and they should use less power and produce less heat. So that's always a bonus, especially on a laptop. Now what we need to do is we need to first attach this the same way the old drive was, and from what I can see, this is how it was. One thing to keep in mind, the SSD is actually thinner than the hard drive. So because of this difference, you probably can't see that. Because of that difference, when attaching the SSD back onto the cage, you have to kind of angle it to get the screws in. Okay. So now we're just going to insert the connector as it was, and then we're just going to insert the SSD like so and screw it back in. So now let's go ahead and see if everything worked out correctly. We're going to first go ahead and go into the BIOS, which is normally F2 on a laptop. Sometimes it's the delete key. There we go. So the SSD has been recognized, and it looks like both RAM slots are showing 2 gigs each for a total of 4. So everything was a success. However, the next thing we need to do is install Windows on the SSD. So I already made a Windows USB, and we're going to reinstall everything. I'm going to start from scratch this time. Now, this hard drive has all the original data on it still, and I'm going to connect it to my other laptop, which has an eSATA port that allows me to connect it externally. And I'm going to back up all the important things like documents, any applications, pictures, music, and whatever. However, this hard drive has Windows 7, and I'm going to go ahead and try and install Windows 8, only because I think 8 will run really well on this laptop. And 8 is supported until 2023, whereas 7 will be only supported until 2020. So we've gone ahead and installed Windows 8 on the laptop, and just like before, I'm going to open Chrome from a fresh start just to see how long it takes. And that was way faster than before. And also, we're going to do a little restart to see how long it takes this time. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how long it takes this time to do the restarts. Okay. So it took 28 seconds this time. So it's much faster than before. So as you can see, an SSD makes a really big difference on any old computer. This one is 8 years old, and now it feels way faster than before. An SSD plus memory or RAM is the best upgrade you can do to any old computer to make it feel new, and especially with the reinstall on top. In this case, I had an extra Windows 8 key laying around, so I went ahead and installed it, and it runs really well on here compared to Windows 7. It also boots really fast thanks to fast boots. So if you have any people that need a boost in their computers, you can now install an SSD and RAM and you'll have a much faster experience. As always, thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.